ask him what does that mean? Supporting racism, supporting insurrections, supporting anti-democratic behavior, supporting cult-like following? Does he understand what he does understand what he's sucking up and supporting, because he wrote a book about the very people who've been taken in and misled, and he knows this. And when you pressed him on this, what was his explanation for sucking up and supporting this?
Yeah, well, when he made that comment to Molly Ball, he was saying that he recognizes what you have to do to win a Republican Party in a state like Ohio right now. And you were talking about, like, today's tweets. He's pushing the culture wars. That's a big part of what you're going to see in his campaign and a lot of Republican campaigns ahead. He told me that when he was going to 4th of July parades this weekend, that the number one thing the voters would say to him is they're worried about cancel culture. They're worried that they could say something on social media that could get them fired from their job. And so as part of what he's talking about as far as policy solutions, he wants to be activist against companies. He wants to take action against companies that act against workers, including taking away tax benefits and taking away legal liability protection. This is very similar to what Trump is trying to do with that lawsuit on social media, trying to argue that social media companies are state actors. Of course, the First Amendment does not protect you from private businesses. It protects you from the government. And we have a story up on Axios right now saying that scholars telling us that these Trump lawsuits against the social media platforms and their CEOs are doomed. And we have a quote in there that says that, yes, social media companies are powerful, but they ain't the government.
No. Yeah. All right, Mike Allen of Axios, thank you so much. It's always great seeing you. Always great talking to you. Hope to see you again very soon. You know, Mika, Mike is so right. It's been humorous. I say humorous. It's been very funny to watch these phony populists, these Harvard boys, and these Stanford boys, and these Yale boys. And you name it, all these Ivy League school boys that are supposed to be so smart, talking about Facebook and Twitter like they are state actors and like they're violating people's First Amendment rights. I mean, I don't know if they just play foosball now in Ivy League college. I don't know. I'm just a dumb country lawyer, but even I know that if you want to remedy the situation, you break Facebook up and you use antitrust laws to break Facebook up and to break Twitter up and to break these other monopolies up. But this argument that they're state actors and they're violating people's First Amendments is just asinine. Yeah. No court is going to support that. And they were either playing ping pong and foosball during law school, and if that's the case, I really should have tried harder to get into some Ivy League law schools, because I actually had to study and read case law when I was at Florida Law School, or they're just lying to their voters. Gee, I wonder which one it is. Yeah, let's stay tuned.
We'll follow it, although I got a glimpse of Trump's press conference announcing these lawsuits, and it kind of, I mean, there was a smattering of new people around him. It's kind of, the whole thing is just more of a grab for attention.
It's farce.
So
let's not give him attention. It's farce.
No, we're not showing it.